are.
I would like to make a comment on this.
We'll have public comments towards the end. Okay, new business. All pass, all bereavement. Michelle, you got that one?
Yep. So in our ordinance, it requires that any events at the Arboretum that are evening hour events be approved by this board. So you have the list from Green Allies of those events. There's an evening scout program, a journalizing group visit, and 2 weddings. So we just need approval for those events. And going forward, we are looking into revising the ordinance so that we don't have to have all these events coming to you in the future.
Okay, I'll need a motion on the LS Upper Rate approval event.
I'll make that motion.
Is there a second? Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Against? Motion carries. New business, the next 2 are actually zoning hearing board applications. Generally what we do is we take a look at those and then refer them to the zoning hearing board without any preference. Eric, do you have anything on those 2?
No, that'd be my suggestion on both of these.
Is there any objection for you referring B and C to the zoning hearing board?
Yeah.
Hearing no objections, so ordered. New business D. In your packet, Kevin's prepared a road plan for this year. What we have on there are several different projects that we can potentially do. Now, right now, we have about 222,000 or so in the roads fund. So some of those projects you see on there, on the list are pretty stiff. So everybody see what I'm looking at? Everybody have that with them? Okay. So Kevin, and Jim, I'd like you to take a look at, so you see them? Yeah. These are the roads. Kevin, did you have a priority on those?
Yeah, Old Orchard,
Old Orchard first?
yeah. And then number 2 would probably be Gross.
Okay. And Michelle, for funding on this, we're just taking a look at,
I was just taking a look at what we have, so forget what we have.
I think it's around 222. But the intent was just use road fund, correct?
You could use road fund, you could also use general fund. Typically, we try to use the liquid fuels or the state fund account for road projects. So this year you have budgeted, looks like we only budgeted 50,000, but we definitely have over 200,000 in the road fund.
So for the top priority, you're thinking Orchard and what's it, Gross?
Yeah.
So, let me check here on this road. State fund, 220,000.
Yep.
21. And what was the 2 possible?
158,980.
Okay, about 160. What do you think about the roads? Okay, so it gives about 160 on that. We got 220 to cover it. When does the road funds come in?
They already came in.
Okay, all right, so I wouldn't go past that. I think the subdivision may be a little bit too big for us to even tackle. There would be a lot of road control cars flowing in and out with a project like that we probably hadn't practiced before. Any thoughts around those and the recommended limits? And you see the actually connected ones, we have the detail for each one of those projects too. Or what he's gonna do. Thoughts?
To operationalize this, let's just say we're gonna go with Orchard and Gross. How long of a notice do we give the residents on those roads in case they gotta make a connection? I don't know what's out there, if it's sewer or water or nothing. Cause you don't want them, obviously they start digging up right after you get the road done, so.
So I think there is plans for some sort of utility work on Old Orchard, but that could be years from now. And there's not much of that road left, so.
Okay, I'm not familiar with that road, so,
Yeah, it's,
very good, thanks.
Doug, what's your fixed cost here, the mobilization traffic control, is that for each one? Your estimate, front page,
what's your question?
the mobilization traffic control,
Yes, that's the estimate for that.
is that,
That's for, that would,
each one,
no, that would be the estimation for all of them combined.
all of them combined, you did the whole thing together?
Yes.
Okay. So it'd be minimal then for just two.
Just for curiosity, what would be number 3?
What would be your number third choice?
It would probably be Fairview. If I was picking a third one.
And if you didn't hear Jim, he says that gross is pretty bad, and I think you mentioned that before. And Old Roche's is not doing too well, and you agree with those top two of those, that list?
Sure.
Okay. Thoughts?
Yeah, the reason that Old Orchard Drive was let go for so long is because eventually there will be a sewer project there. But that's one of the last sewer projects on the Act 537 plan. So, and they haven't even done Regal Oaks Phase 2B, so, it could be years before that actually happens. And we are working on revising the ordinance that if we do pave a road and someone comes in and tears up the road within so many years, they have to put it back the way it was.
Michelle, I think we actually already approved that.
Did we?
Yeah.
Curb to curb.
Alright.
All right, commissioners, thoughts?
I mean, you didn't wanna get all this done when you.
No,
Okay.
sure. I was just,
just,
these are just suggestions, so you guys
Suggestions.
pick which one, you guys can pick the roads that you, those are my suggestions to you.
okay,
And use a barometer of 220,000 for the road fund.
You looking for a motion, Mr. President?
First of all, are we okay with Orchard Road and Gross? And that'll, we have enough money to cover that? If that's a go, then that could be the motion.
I'll make the motion that we repave Orchard Drive, or we have to get estimates.
Authorized advertisement.
Yeah, authorized advertisements, for Orchard Drive and Gross Road.
Is
And
there a
then we'll
second?
see what they come back at, and then we can make our decision.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Further discussion? Clear enough, Jim? Yes. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion carries. New business E, Public Works Director hiring, sorry, for Public Works laborer hiring, sorry, Kevin. Hey, ho!
Sounds like, what's happening? So, as you know, Kevin and I, finished the search for a new public works laborer. This is just replacing a position of someone we let go earlier this year. We don't have, an accepted offer of employment yet. We're in the process of, checking references, and hopefully a offer of employment will go out tomorrow. So I don't have a name for you, but I just need authorization so we don't have to wait until your May meeting. And we are recommending that we authorize the hiring of a public works laborer at $27 per hour.
And everybody, we do have a slot for that, we've had it
Yeah.
for quite a while, so I'll need a motion on that.
I'll make the motion.
Is there a second?
I'll say.
Give it a second, further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. And new business F, discuss consideration of hiring a police officer, and we have that slot available as well, so Jim?
Yes, last week, the Civil Service Commission approved a list of 2 individuals. We are currently budgeted for 10 full-time officers, we're currently at 8, so I'm seeking approval to hire our current part-time officer, Officer Kearney, to full-time. She is number 1 on the list for civil service.
I'll need a motion for the hiring. Is there a second?
Second.
Further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Against, motion carried. Moving on to